Greater Good Radio. Connect, learn, heal, and grow.
The time when I came out to my parents is my first Merry Monarch in 2012. After that, one night I got a DUI. I got arrested. 3 months exactly on the date following that, I got my second DUI and I got arrested. My mom had to bail me out the next morning. And it was all because it was just emotions that led back to a guy. And when my mom bailed me out, she was like, "What is going on?" And there was nothing else to lie about. There was no fake answer I could give. I was just, well, it was about a guy. It's like, I knew that. My mom was like, "We already knew you're gay." I'm like, okay, well, how come you didn't tell me, kind of a thing. But so anyway, so I got out, and when I got home, of course, I had to have a conversation with my dad. How come you got arrested and all this stuff? And then I told my dad, and I just said, oh, it was just about a guy. I forget exactly what I said, but the only thing he responded to me was, I don't want to see it. And that was it. And it caught me off guard because I thought we were going to have this whole kind of conversation. He was going to disown me and all these kind of things. But it was all in my mind. It was all in my head. So when I told my dad, it was that, I don't want to see it, but it wasn't something like I could have an easy conversation. I could be open and joke around with you. Like that was back in 2012. We're in 2025 now. And only now am I starting to have a little bit more of jokes that I can pass on to him or be up and up with him. Like, yeah, I didn't go out surfing because the guys are hot and I was checking them out. And if if I mess up, they're going to be looking at me and I'm all ashamed. And then my balloon got popped, kind of a thing. So be able to say that to him. And then at first he was just like, oh yeah, okay. Like I shouldn't have asked kind of a question. And then I went up and I just shaked his hand and he was like, what? Why are you shaking my hand for? I was like, well, because I can finally tell you this. I couldn't tell you this before. And then he was like, bro, you know why I always went surfing? And I knew what he was doing. Is like, why? To go check out the hot guys? He's like, yeah, to check out the hot guys. And he was just joking around with me. But even just the fact that he joked with me, like that was like, okay, cool. We're cool. So it's little things, but that kind of an experience, why not share that with everybody? Why not express that? Because if I'm going through this, and when I met with other mahus, in like a board or meeting, someone had told me this, you represent a whole realm of men that are not loud, that are quiet, that are more straight looking and acting, that they don't know how to, break that boundary and take that next step. They cannot really follow drag queens and people who are much more expressive. That's not them. So you actually represent and are being a face for that space. And to me, that means a lot. Like if there was somebody that I could listen to when I was younger, I would, and that would be helpful for me. And if I can be out here and I can still be happy and I can still be joyful and I can still have a job in front of the public and people still want to criticize me, but you can still see that I'm happy, then maybe you can find a way to get out of your depression pit and you can find a way to be happy. And then you can also break down your boundaries and not worry about what anybody else thinks. Because it's taken me 36 years to get to this point, I might as well turn around and use my platform and share it. That's kind of what is the inspiration for me to keep going and going is at this point, if I don't do it, who will? Mm-hmm. And I don't want to kind of leave it out to chance that somebody with good intentions may come and use this space and do it better than me or, with the same intentions. Or they may come in here with bad intentions and screw everything up. So are we going to sit back and point fingers? Or are we going to stand up and take that responsibility and that kuleana and we be the leaders and not a follower? And that's kind of how I was thinking of it. As a paddler, you don't want to be a follower. If you have 6 people in your outrigger canoe and 6 people are in their mindset, they are the leaders, then you have 6 leaders in a canoe rather than 1 leader up in the front and 5 followers behind. And that's kind of my mentality. Be a leader. Don't wait for somebody else to do it.
If you resonate with Greater Good Radio, please join our community at www.greatergoodradio.com, where you can get access to exclusive content and offerings. Hope to see you soon.